where I do begins to bloom, from first yes to forever. This is the Greater Garden Route Wedding Expo podcast. Your love story starts here.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Greater Garden Route Wedding Expo podcast. Okay, that's a long name.
Mouthful.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. So today we are joined by Tanya. And Tanya, I think you need to introduce yourself because I know you do multiple things in the wedding industry. It's not just one thing. I mean, as we talk, we'll discuss some of the things that we've done with you, etc. But I think introduce yourself, your business, and then also what you do, because I mean you work. So I understand that you actually give a service to vendors as well as to brides and grooms. So yeah, so it's over to you. Tell us what you do.
So like you said, I'm Tanya, and my business name is Marigold Creative. So what I did there is not obviously you get the flower marigold, but I tried to personify it a little bit to be Marigold. So the Sarah Jessica Parker of weddings and events and everything flowers. Just I think it's fun for me to step into that character. For some reason, you can just be a little bit more crazy and a little bit more wild and a little bit more out there. Even though it's still you, but under a different name. So
An alter ego.
alter ego, which
It's
is
the
so
hat,
fun.
the marigold hat that you put on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. The artistic soul comes out.
And then you, like I say, you do both sides. You actually support some of the vendors, and you do, yeah.
Yes. So my service then is also to design and style the store, as well as then from my side. Last year, I had clients who I designed and styled for, but this year I'll definitely be having my own store as well.
Okay.
To showcase.
And I think we just need to mention that you also designed our store for the 2025 Wedding
Had
Expo.
lots of fun.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. I think you've done 2 stalls for us for previous wedding expos.
Yeah.
But so it's not obviously not just stall designs. It is everything for a bride on a wedding day.
Yeah, everything
just to
for
clarify that.
a bride on a wedding day, leading up to it as well. So engagement parties, proposals, kitchen teas,
So
bachelorettes.
everything that makes a party beautiful.
Yes, and which is actually the amazing thing for me, because I see from start to finish. I've got clients where we did their first date until engagements, weddings, babies firstborns, and then christenings. So it's full circle, which is amazing.
That is just like Gita just mentioned. She said they also do sometimes. Okay, so they obviously do matric farewells, and then they do the
Christenings.
wedding.
Yeah.
They do christenings.
Yeah, let's
then
keep it
they
in
do
order.
birthday parties. It doesn't matter what order it is. Just as long as we can celebrate the event.
Yeah.
So it is, I think for all of us, it is the best if you can have a client that becomes almost like part of the family that you have contingency with.
Yes.
To do several shoots for or several events for.
Yeah.
That is ultimately what we want to do.
Yes, no, it's
Be
amazing.
the preferred person
Yes,
that
yes,
they
the
go
go-to.
to. Yes.
Yeah, when that thought pops up, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then from your perspective, you don't just do the planning, you actually provide whatever is needed as well. So
Yes.
you design or you create the vibe and the look and the feel and everything.
The entire package. So from the whole look and feel of the wedding, the whole aesthetic of it, the little bits of drama you want to put in, the like personal items, all of that. So that's basically your decor and your flowers, and then just the overall look and feel and experience that your guests have there. So again, from start to finish,
Everything.
Yeah,
But
which
I
is
think
great.
I think going back to our store last year at the expo, I mean, you showed a few things and I thought, oh, that's all quite cool, but where are we going to get these things? And it was just like, and then here they are. So I think that's amazing. It's like everything, if you know what you do and you've got your own suppliers and everything, it's so much easier.
Yes.
And it comes to the point where we always say when you plan an event or when you plan a wedding, get professional people to work for you, because they are professional in their specific field.
Yes.
Now you try and do everything, but you don't understand that part of the industry.
Exactly, and have that trust for them that they got this.
Yeah.
They're going to do the best for you, and I mean in that fact also for themselves, because it's their business. So they want to create the best experience and service that they can.
Obviously for us, we always say we want to showcase what we can do and you benefit by that. because you get the better. So tell us about the 2025 Expo, because you didn't exhibit yourself, but like I say, you designed our stall and you designed, I think, like 3 others?
Two other ones.
2 other ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 in total.
3 in
at the
total.
Expo,
Yes.
So what was your experience of the Expo?
Well, for me, obviously being the first one and everyone not knowing what to expect, it was not daunting at all going into it because it was very well organized. The communication on it, and that's in everything, relationships, life, communication is key. And that was truly it. So, and communication as service providers going into it, knowing what to do and what to expect, and then also that communication going out as marketing.
Yes.
It was, you heard it everywhere, you saw it everywhere. We had the marketing material to use ourselves. So that way it was just easy to do. Yeah, easy and fun to do. And it was great to see what once set up and everyone there, to have that energy from everyone organizing, just seep over to the vendors being there. And it was such a nice electric vibe.
Yeah, I must say from the first day, I think you also started setting up on the first day, and you look at this and you think, how is this going to be? And then Saturday morning when everything comes together and you go, wow, it actually looks beautiful.
And I mean, it was a huge success and everyone, it looked like they had fun.
Yeah, I think so as
time
well.
doing it and experiencing it.
And everything that you set out to give to the vendors out of a marketing point of view was done.
Yeah.
So everything that was communicated, everything that was promised, and that is a big thing.
No, definitely.
To say something and to do something is not always on everyone's agenda.
Yes, definitely.
And for us, and the feedback that we got from the vendors, we also experienced that they were happy with what they got in return. It was the things was done that was said.
Yes.
And that always sits well with everyone and makes them trust us again to put it up again. And I think for everyone else that was a little bit scared to do the first year with us, now see that it was ran nicely and managed. Everything that was said was done.
But I think we had the right partners. I mean, having Mentors Estate on board and Kauga Municipality. I mean, the two of them were just phenomenal in terms of opening doors, making it possible to give the event the presence that it needed. You know, because it's something that's important for an area, and I think I mean, even from your side, I mean, I think you'll agree that having an expo like this in an area is important because we want to showcase what Kauga and the Greater Garden Route can offer. I think a lot of people think they always need to, we teased in the interview of the podcast of Gita as well, that people always want to import their vendors. But they don't have to, because we have got the vendors in our area.
And I mean, that is the perfect place to show them off. That is exactly what it's all about. There's so many good vendors in our area that people don't know of, that they don't need to bring in anyone else, and we're on par, where our standard is good.
Very capable.
So I'm very, very excited for this year.
Yes.
Did you get feedback from the other 2 vendors that you did work for? What was their feeling about the expo?
Yeah, no, very excited. They were very happy, very excited with obviously everyone's input about new prospective clients, having a database also to run from that, and then just to be able to showcase, because I think people might know that there's gems lying around in the wedding industry, but they don't exactly know where to find them.
Yes.
So that was like a perfect platform just to showcase that. Or people
place.
thinking, this is just a venue for this, and then rocking up and we can also do gin tastings.
Yeah.
Or we can also do this and have a whole experience, because that's, I mean, a lot of, especially my clients, and I think that's something that's come a long way also, is people want to have, not just get the wedding over and done with, but they want it to be an experience.
Yeah, it must be more than just the day.
Yes.
We talk about it a lot. I mean, we got married here 26 years ago, and for us it was a destination wedding. But we find that so many of our clients, our photography clients, actually also do destination. They come from somewhere else, whether it's overseas or Gauteng or Cape or wherever, they come and get married here. So it's a destination. So you want to not just have the Saturday, you want to have the Friday and the Saturday and the Sunday, and make it a whole weekend celebration
and
with the
it
family.
goes so fast, like on that day. And I mean, I say, just enjoy it. If you can do a 3-day celebration, why not?
Tanya, just for interest sake, what was up to today like the most spectacular brief or wedding that you did?
Ooh,
I know that you are now gonna talk about one client, but if you can, I'm always interested.
Yes, I've been lucky to actually have amazing clients. And a brief wise, you're gonna have to give me a second to think. Like if there's one like complete standout. Which one are you thinking about?
Yes, I've got a small one. If I think about a special wedding, the small ones, the intimate, smaller number ones, the Storms River one for us was like a major special, very bespoke. There's always weddings that stand out like that.
Yes, but for me, listen, I'm gonna have to think.
That's wonderful that you have more than
yes.
I've
seriously had amazing clients and experiences, and the best work usually comes when they say, Tanya, you got this. This is more or less what I want. This is color scheme. This is this, but do your thing.
You've got creative power.
Yes, and there just magic happens.
Okay, so venues like way out, challenging.
Personal homes, it tends to be one of my favorites to do, but it is one of the most difficult ones.
I cannot imagine.
Yes. So obviously people are in there. It's furniture that needs to be moved. They still, especially the ones that's maybe on the beach, they still want to utilize the house for the night before or for this. So that's usually
So your window for when you can set up is very small.
Yeah, but those are also so magical, being those intimate family ones at the home that she grew up in or he grew up in or they met or however. So those are really special ones, but they're quite challenging, like I say, in the sense that it's still a house. We don't have the place for the day or 2 days in advance.
And space is more limited. I mean, I think if you go into a venue, there's always extra space where you can save or put things away or move them out or whatever. Here in the house, you've only got so much space to work with.
Exactly.
Okay.
And a garage is usually full.
If I can ask you, I mean, I think you're obviously the right person to ask, what kind of trends do you see in the industry in 2026? I mean, from a style point of view, is there a specific direction people are going in? What is your...
That's the fun thing, guys. I'm excited about the trends. Usually I don't much of a fan of a trend because it can either be very good or it just confuses brides. Because they kind of want to tap into it, but it's not actually what they want, and so they're divided in between what exactly to do. But this year, I mean, the trends are basically all what I'm all about. It's having food experiences, which is great because food becomes part of the decor, and it's visual and it's just stunning. So those things, a lot of we used to have. Well, the trend for a long time, minimalism coming through. Now we're going maximum on everything. On fabric that's luxurious and draped. On
way out.
Yeah, on guests just dressing more elaborate and more fashion forward. On tablecloths, like I said, on the tables, lighting being more dramatic and more people actually thinking about lighting as a decor item, yes, or as a feature, which is very important.
Very.
I mean, being a candlelight or coming from the ceiling tops, and flowers again, muted tones but accents with bold colors and lush and luxe, which is, I mean, stunning things, dramatic, editorial, fashion forward. So it's
all the buzzwords.
A fun year to be working in the wedding industry, I think.
always changing.
Yes.
No, I think that's the thing. It's always changing. So you've already said that for 2026 you are going to exhibit yourself. Okay. So what can people expect to see?
Guys, fun thing. I'm launching. So I thought I wanted to launch the whole of the year, thinking, okay, I need to find a date that I can actually launch this new section of Mary Gold. I'm holding off then till the expo, and a little bit what I can drop in regards to what it is, it's more sustainable, and I think also will be open to obviously the wedding market, but a little
Broader.
bit. Yeah, so it can be just trickle into the other events of the clients.
Are you going to leave us hanging?
Yes.
Like a proper
absolutely.
cliffhanger. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, my soul.
Yeah, which is exciting because now obviously
It
can
is.
be, and my showcase there will be
So
when
you-
I'm launching.
So you're already, I think what the nice thing here is the fact that you are already planning for the expo.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works. I've already designed and styled the whole look, so
Do
I'm
you,
excited.
do you have space to do our stall again? That's
Yes.
all I want to know because
That's in my diary.
Okay,
I asked
thank
Rick
you.
a while back, what
Thank
is the
you,
date? Because I
thank
need
you.
to mark this.
Okay, because if you've got your own thing going up, I don't want you to just focus on that.
No,
Please remember us.
definitely.
Because for me, our stall last year was the
It was
best
stunning.
and the most representative of us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also think so.
And
Your brand
that,
was strong.
With the trending and everything that you helped us with, your direction was so clear, but you made it for us. And that, I think, is the magic, and that what makes someone work as a stylist and decor, is to not just be on par with the trends, but to marry it up with the couple.
Yes.
That is what it's all about.
The client.
It's not
Yeah.
with
With
the
the client.
client.
Yes, whether that's the couple or if it's a
Well,
business.
we were the
Very
client
important,
yeah.
in that stage, but I mean, I'm sure if you do any events, but we're talking about weddings now,
Yes.
that is what you make sure of, is to marry up their personality as well. For
Definitely.
me, that
Yeah.
was what you did with our stall, and I loved it. That's why I
Thanks.
want you again to help us.
Definitely,
Yeah,
I'm there.
thanks.
I'm there.
So
Really
if
dream
a
big.
couple wants to know more about what you do or want to meet with you, how do they go about that? How do you work? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I've got an Instagram account, also a cell phone number.
Okay.
Okay, give it
So
to us.
yeah, so they can just send me a message or an email, or go on my Instagram. And then if it's a wedding, I usually have a questionnaire that goes out because it is quite daunting. They never exactly know where
Yeah.
to start.
Yeah.
So the questionnaire is very simple, very straightforward. We just chat simple things about flowers, what you like, and then from there I gather the information. I build a mood board because obviously I want to see it visually, and the client as well. And then from there we obviously have to talk numbers.
Okay.
Then we do a quote, see where we're lying, and then we can confirm and get the ball rolling.
And the Instagram is Marigold, Mary.
Mari.
Got it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Mary Gold,
Gold.
Creative.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's the Instagram handle as
That's
well.
the Instagram
Okay,
handle,
cool.
yeah.
And we'll put your cell phone number in the description of the.
Yes,
the
'cause I
podcast
don't know
as
my
well.
business one. I don't know my business.
We'll drop the deets.
We will drop
under.
it below. So, if from your side, if there's something that you can leave any couples planning or starting to plan a wedding for 2026 or 27 and beyond, what would be your best advice?
Oh, sure. Well, most important for me is always not to lose focus of what it's actually about. I think as soon as they've got that focus and they're strong about that, everything else, the beauty just comes with that. Because I think if they lose focus a little bit, it's overwhelming, and it's this, and you just think more and more and more, and then it's just a little bit haywire. So that will be my most important thing, just to not lose focus of what it all
It's actually
is about.
because of the two of them.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not a production. It's not
Yes.
it's not a it is an event, but I do think sometimes it kind of
Becomes
gets
a production.
We've
Yeah,
seen
yes.
we've seen many times over the years as well. If you meet up with couples 2 or 3 months later, that it's almost sometimes that they feel, what do they do now?
Yes.
Because there's nothing to plan anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a thing also is some people want to they get engaged, either in weddings 2 years or a year in advance or later, and then they just want to smash everything out. And then the anxiety after a while builds, because now all of a sudden they don't actually want this anymore. And so then it's just triple work here and for them, and it's stressful, and they're listening to everyone, and it's this and it's that. So yeah, I think also don't rush into it. Get your venue, which is most important, and in the garden route, get that done, and then from there just tackle each thing.
You've
as
got
it
time.
goes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to do everything all at once.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Take your time.
Yeah.
And then you won't regret your decisions as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which probably happens sometimes. Yeah.
No, definitely. Especially when it comes to, I think, decor and flowers. Because all of a sudden you want to go just all white. And then we get these pictures. like roaming around, and all of a sudden there's, however, a touch of
Colour.
burgundy added to it, and then all of a sudden there's this and that. So, yep. So I think don't rush into it. There is time, and I mean for me, in any case, like a month in advance, I secure all my stuff from my farms, and that's done. And
Okay.
so we don't need to do it a year in advance.
So it's very important for brides, because usually it's brides that's organizing this.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important for brides to hear this and not think that their wedding is not that important. It's a case of that people change their minds.
Yeah.
Not just because you're a bride, because you're a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
normal.
cannot decide now what you are gonna like in a year.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. You cannot do it with anything.
No,
So you cannot even think that someone can try to decide a year in
Yes.
advance for flowers.
Yeah. It's impossible. And also flowers, and it's a fresh thing.
Yeah.
So
Seasonal, all of those things.
we could, now we know our peonies has been blooming for the last 4 years. October is peony month, and all of a sudden something could happen with the weather. It
can
rains
change.
sooner, more later, and all of a sudden they're only blooming the last 2 weeks of November. It happens.
Yeah.
Then you have to move
So-
the whole wedding.
Yeah. Everything needs to move. I'm sorry.
For the peonies.
Peonies.
I want my peonies and I want it now.
Listen, it's a good reason. They are
Yeah.
spectacular. But
I know.
there are other flowers.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm working on a wedding now with peonies.
Oh.
Yes, man, they are so impressive.
They are.
Beautiful.
No, they're stunning. Queens.
Well, Tanya, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for having me.
we're really looking forward, because I think you've
Yeah,
given us and
exactly.
everyone who's watching and listening something to look forward to the expo.
Yes, I'm very
And
excited.
a reason to go,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah, and just, I mean, everyone loves browsing.
Yeah.
And what not to go browse wedding vendors under one roof. So,
And the nice thing is, it's not just only weddings that you can benefit from. I mean, any event. And we all have events in our lives. It
Yeah.
never stops. You always have your birthdays. You always have
Yes.
anniversaries.
Family gatherings.
Yes.
In that case, you can always cater for anything. It's not
Yeah.
just weddings.
we
So,
should celebrate things.
yeah.
in life.
We should,
so
yeah.
life is
There's
life
no
is
better
important
reason.
enough to celebrate.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I think
Thank
it's
you,
time
guys.
for our jingle to
Did you write it yourself, Ray?
no, I didn't.
Who
Well, here
wrote
goes.
it?
AI.
Where I do begins to bloom. From first yes to forever. This is the Greater Garden Route Wedding Expo podcast. Your love story starts here.